Today, I'm going to show you how to address a common error that you might find on your pages. In DubBot, this error shows up as link does not have readable, discernible link text, and it is found in the accessibility issues. That's the first tab. Right underneath of the WCAG 2.1, 2.2 level A violations, you will find this error listed and the number of violations on the page. When you click on the link, DubBot will scroll down to the location where it is finding the violations. On the right-hand side of this screen, you'll see that the error simply looks like an empty space being highlighted. The reason why that's so is because underneath of this page, the code is showing an anchor tag. That's an HTML entity that tells the browser when there is a link pointing to a page or a document. In this case, the anchor tag or the link tag exists, but that link tag is empty. In other words, there is no readable text to click on in order to go to that page or document. We find this scenario when a content manager might need to update a link, either change the text or change the link that it points to. Oftentimes, the old link is found, but Cascade doesn't actually remove it when the new one is included. I'm going to show you how to manage or remove these links. Let's go and view this in Cascade to see what we are talking about. The page in question is the eligibility and plan information in the business services website. If I scroll down to where Cascade was pointing out my issue was, that's the very last link on the page, I see that it looks like a regular and properly formatted link, but it is telling us that down here, somewhere after this link, there is a remnant of a previous link, and that's what we have to fix. Here's how to do it. Go to Edit and scroll down to the location of the violation. That happens to be in the WYSIWYG at the very end. You see Summary Brochure. I'm going to click on Show Edit Preview because that will show me both the location of the page as a preview, and it will allow me to see the edit screen so that I can make my changes. Now, I'm going to switch back and forth between two views. One of these views you don't have. You won't see this link on your end because I'm an administrator of the site. I have access to this link. When I click on it, I can switch over to source code. In other words, I can view the HTML that is rendering this page. If I do that, I can go to the very end of the content and I can see that there is an A tag right here. This is what the HTML looks like. The A tag will tell the browser that this is a link. This looks to be a link that is pointing to a document called 2024-686-summary-flyer, and then it's got what looks to be a ID, not necessarily a date, 8-21-42, and it's a PDF. Before that A tag is closed, I can see that right where my blinker is at or my cursor is at, it's empty. And that's what's causing the issue. Now, I could just easily highlight this anchor tag and delete it. But because you don't have access to this view, I'm going to show you how to do it on your end. Let me go ahead and cancel this. What I want to do in order to address this as a content manager is I want to put my cursor at the very end of that link. So you can't see it, but there's my cursor. It's blinking. Here's a couple of things to note. You want to make sure that the cursor is at the very end of that link. So this is the period, and this is the link. You know you're at the very end when the character immediately to the left of the cursor is not underlined. In this case, the period is underlined, and immediately after the period is where I'm placing my cursor. Now, if I add any content here, and it can be any content, any text content is better. So I can write the word hello. And if I move my cursor away from that area, what you'll see is that the text that I added next to the link now reads hello, and it is also underlined. So Cascade has essentially added to my link the word hello, and it also linked to it. Now, it is doing something different underneath in the HTML code, and I'll show that to you in a second. If I click source code again, what I'm going to see is that Cascade has added that part, the word hello, to the link that is currently active on the page. And that's it right there. I'm going to cancel this, go back here. I'm going to place my cursor at the very end of that word that I added. And with my delete key or my backspace, I'm going to remove that text again. When I do that and I go back to source code, you will see now that the summary brochure is the only one linked, and that remnant or that empty link is now gone. Sometimes this is a trick that we have to do in order to trick Cascade into understanding that that empty link does not need to be there anymore, and it will only leave behind the link that we want. That will essentially fix the link does not have readable, discernible link text the next time that DubBot scans your website. If you're having issues with this, please reach out. We are here to help. Either use the new Teams channel or reach out directly via email to myself or one of my team members. Thank you.